Last time we were talking about the Truth Revolution, the works that you're doing here, the message that you're trying to put out to spread consciousness, and reach some of the youth who are maybe struggling to find themselves in this life. So what I want to ask, the tune we just played, Haile Selassie, obviously is highlighting the history, some of the important history of Ethiopia. So as well as the consciousness that the IDEM are putting out from Truth Revolution, could you tell us a bit about the importance of spreading the knowledge of the true history of Ethiopia as well?
Ethiopia is the motherland of the whole world. All people come from Ethiopia. We're the first people, so it's not just of importance to our own people, but to the whole world and human beings as a whole. So to understand who we truly are as humans, as people, and who we are spiritually, and what our history says about our knowledge and everything, we have to understand our history. Because for somebody to find himself in these days, it's really hard because there's a lot of distraction. Everything's distraction, the technology, the politics, the way of life, it's changing, and the globalization and everything that's going on. It's so hard for somebody to find the real roots and to go back to who he really is. So we believe that it's better to understand who you truly are, where you come from. Once you understand where you come from, anything you can do anything, because you know what you're capable of, and you know what not to do, because you can learn from your fathers if they failed at something because they followed it when they shouldn't have, and you do the same. You're repeating history. But if you learn from their mistakes and do what they couldn't have done, and sometimes learn from them and do what you couldn't have done but they have did in the past, that's the basic thing to finding oneself. So you see, everybody who has become great in this world, anybody who has ever made a change, always understood and knows about himself or history he has, his family or his country or his people. So the most important thing in this world is knowing where you come from in order to be better, and not just for yourself but to help others as well. You have to know where you come from. So we believe Ethiopian history is very important to humans everywhere in the world. And as Truth Revolution, we're trying to put out the message out in Ethiopia at first, because the youths have to understand, the Ethiopian youths, because we expect them to be the ones to teach the world about Ethiopia, to show them what Ethiopia is like and what we have and who we are, and how every people comes from Ethiopia. I'm sure, Jamaica, you have seen a lot of people in Ethiopia who look like from different parts of the world, but they're just from Ethiopia, So that even shows who, like, the diversity, where it comes from. In the world, we see different people. So the diversity comes from Ethiopia. The Bible tells us Ethiopia is like an Ethiopian milk, or like an Ethiopian, like how an Ethiopian looks is like looks of a tiger. So the Bible even tells us about the diversity of the Ethiopian people. So but in that diversity, we see how they stand together and how they have been together for all this generation, and how they're still standing. No matter what different agendas and politics and everything that's going on, the Ethiopian people truly at heart, they still one. So that can teach the world to become one, and to remove all the distraction and all the lies, because we've been they have been feeding us a lot of lies. These people who want to keep us down, who want to keep us enslaved and in chains, they've been feeding us lies for thousands of years. And this manipulation has gone into the core of human beings, and these human beings have changed in a way, because they made them lose who they are in the past. Now they don't know who they are, so they're just trying to be something. So I believe when people go back to the roots, everything will change. And I believe Ethiopia's history, Ethiopia's knowledge, Ethiopia's way of spiritual life is the solution for the world, or for human beings as a whole.
Give thanks for the Lord every day. 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 Give thanks for the Lord every day.